And yes, good morning to you once again. It's February the 13th, 2026. The program is On the Lord's Side, Christian Perspectives on News and Current Events. My name is Olufemi Oguntoku. You can follow me on X at Olufemi OG. You can follow Gospel Best Radio on X at Gospel Best Radio. Well, trending in Ghana and late yesterday in Nigeria, the story of a Russian man who secretly recorded himself as he flirted with women around town and eventually led them to his hotel room and had sexual contact with them. Subsequently, this Russian man then put videos of his flirting with these women, and they're going to his hotel room and performing sexual acts with him. He put up the video on some platform. He's now charging $5 per view. So this is what is happening. If you want to see the videos of the women that he flirted with while on a vacation in some part of Africa, including Ghana, if you want to see how easily, according to him, those women gave in to his advances and then went with him into his hotel room, he's going to charge you $5 to see that. And see what he has done. He has now put out the faces of all the women in the videos. So I guess that those who know the women would part with their money, to see exactly what these women did with these Russian tourists. And I hope you understand this story. And there's just so much to unpack from this story. This Russian man, according to his own statement, visited Ghana. And while there, he was just going to shopping malls, going on the street and flirting with different women and persuading them to go with him to his hotel room. And many of them did go with him. All the while, he was secretly recording the engagement with them. He was secretly recording it. He recorded it as they flirted back with him, as they went with him to his hotel room, as some of them put up their dresses in the hotel room. And afterwards, he did a collation of these videos and the faces of these women. He released it on social media, and then he put the videos behind a paywall, so much so that if you want to see the video, you'll have to pay $5 to see. Not all of them, $5 per view to see the videos. And you look at this, and number one, just before we talk about the morality of this, of the women who participated in this and what it says to us from a Christian point of view, let's begin from the Russian man himself. Again, we are reminded of the nature of what has been called the brave new world, the nature of commerce in the internet age. In the internet age, you are going to make so much money if you can get many people to want to pay for what you have to offer. It used to be the case before the internet age that before you could get a critical mass of consumers for your product or for your services, you would have to go on the street. You would have to go from house to house, or maybe use newspapers to reach as many people as possible. And it was impossible before the internet age to get that critical mass. That is the reason why many of those who are new age billionaires today, many of them are from the tech industry, because the internet enabled technology allows for businesses and services to reach critical mass very quickly. You could, for example, this man now who has done this thing by his own confession in Ghana, is now able to reach people in Nigeria. People in Nigeria who are interested in seeing these videos are able to pay him $5 per view, and that's not only limited to Nigeria, not only limited to Ghana. We're talking about it now. Who knows how many other platforms are discussing this in many parts of Africa. I can be sure that in many parts of Ghana, discussions around this are ongoing, and as many people hear these discussions, there will be many who would want to search out the videos, and some will be ready to part with $5 per view just to see what's going on. So it reminds us of how commerce is run in the internet age. Critical mass. Internet allows for critical mass to be attained as soon as possible. And again, This is another reminder of another aspect of the internet age, which is this: that it's a race for eyeballs. That's how it is called in the media space now. There's a race for eyeballs, meaning that there are so many materials on the internet that you must find a way to distinguish what you are offering so that people can look at it, so that people can engage with it. Now, this is not a new concept in commerce. Even before the internet age, if you want to survive in any field or in any type of business, you must, of course, find a way to distinguish yourself, especially where you're operating in a saturated market, maybe in a market where there are many people selling the same type of commodity. Why should people go to you? Why should people go to your own stall and buy from you? You want to differentiate yourself, distinguish yourself, and then people can say, well, there are many stores selling this particular commodity, but because of this, that's why I always go to this particular store, because of this. And from time to time, in every age, you find certain businesses that are able to distinguish themselves, to set themselves apart. It is the same principle in the internet age. It is the same principle in the social media age, where people have realized that, look, if you want to be set apart on the internet, on social media, you must do something that is different. And now and then you find people who come along with new ideas. They come along with new ideas and they get people talking about them because, hey, let me tell you, do you know how many content, how many videos, how many articles, how many audio recordings, how many pictures are uploaded on the internet every day? I mean, perhaps you can do a quick engagement with an AI platform to estimate the number of materials uploaded on the internet every day. I mean, talking about every day is even thinking too far. Think about perhaps every hour. Ask an AI platform to estimate for you, and please send it to us on WhatsApp. Just ask an AI platform to estimate for you how many materials are uploaded, approximately how many materials are uploaded on the internet every hour of the day, and that's on an ongoing basis. I mean, I don't want to digress, but again, we need to pause and to truly appreciate the scale of the internet, and the depth of it, and the size of it, right? And the capacity, almost endless capacity to store materials that can be accessed by anyone from any part of the world. So this story of this Russian man who went to Ghana, who secretly recorded himself as he flirted with women around town, who also secretly recorded how these women went with him to his hotel room, ended in his hotel room, while some of them actually put off their dresses. We do not know whether he had sexual relations with them all the way, but it would seem to be so from those who have seen the video. We are not going to see that video, neither are we going to part with our resources to look at it. But he secretly recorded them. He has put it on the internet, and he's now charging people to pay $5 to see each of those videos. It reminds us, number one, that the internet allows for people to reach critical mass, and you don't need to be a big company. It used to be the case that if you wanted to reach critical mass in commerce, you must be a big company. You're able to set up shop. If you were targeting the Nigerian market, you were able to set up shop in Kaduna, in Kano, in Ebonyi, in Enugu, in Oyo State, in Ondo State, in Lagos. You would have to do that. But now you could be in the corner of your room and have access to a global market. Think about that. You could be in the corner of your room and have access to a global market. You can reach critical mass very quickly. This guy has demonstrated it. Second, is what we need to reflect on how anybody who wants to be successful, commercially speaking, must distinguish himself or his product or his services in a saturated market. And indeed, the internet is, for want of a better expression, a saturated market, and that would even be an understatement. I hope you all agree. To call the internet a saturated market would be an understatement. It's just that I lack the expression to make the point that you have so many materials on the internet, so many programs on the internet, so many podcasts, so many videos to choose on WhatsApp, on YouTube rather, so many movies to choose from on Netflix. And it's not only Netflix, you have Prime Video, you have other so many other platforms, so many podcasts to listen to, so many audio releases, music and music files to listen to, so many articles to read, so many social media posts to read, so many Instagram posts to read. So how do you get people to listen to you, to watch your videos? How do you get people to pay attention to what you are posting when millions, if not billions, of materials are uploaded to the internet every hour? You have to distinguish yourself. But then that is when the Christian ethical consideration steps in. How do you distinguish yourself on the internet? And you find, even in the Christian community, people doing all sorts of scandalous things just because, well, they want to trend, just because they want to grab attention. And I mean, this gives cause for Christians to really reflect on these things. To what length would you go to grab attention? Many people do all sort of things. The pastor who recently had a tattoo on his arm for his 50th birthday, some have accused him that he did it all in a bid to just grab attention, let more people know about him, and then that will eventually translate into some tangible benefits. And of course, entertainers know that the more people know about you, the more you can translate that knowledge and popularity into some tangible benefits. People do all sorts of scandalous things. I mean, it was just this week we were discussing on this program the lady who is taking pride in having had unprotected sex with about 40 people within a given time, or about 400 people, and she's taking pride in it. And I tell you that one of the most important reasons why she did that was to grab attention. Those who did not know her name before, they now know her name. Some opportunities will open up for her. They're of course not godly opportunities, not opportunities to be glorified, but some opportunities will open up for her. So you find that people have always had to do things to distinguish themselves in a saturated market, but in the internet age, more and more people are discovering that to grab attention, you have to do the scandalous. To grab attention, you have to do the unheard of. To grab attention, you have to do the morally egregious thing. Many people are finding out that, and many people are telling us that they have no scruples whatsoever to do those things, because what will people not give to grab attention? What will people not give to have that grabbed attention converted into tangible benefits for them? And that's the way I situate the thinking of this Russian man who went to Ghana, secretly recorded himself flirting with women around town, secretly recorded those women going with him to his hotel room, secretly recorded those women pulling off their dresses, and perhaps, for those who have seen the video, secretly recorded them performing some sexual acts with him. And that must have been his thinking, because now, after recording those videos, he has put the videos behind a paywall and is now asking people to pay $5 per view. $5 per video. I can tell you, I do not have the figures, but it goes without saying, given what we know about the world today, about the culture today, that many people are parting with their $5 to see those videos. I mean, so much for the nature of the world we live in, so much for what the internet-enabled market and commerce now allows, so much for what informed this Russian man from doing such a thing. Let us now reflect on those women who were secretly recorded flirting with this man. What do we make of them? And of course, on social media, you can be sure that there have been many different takes from different perspectives on this, and there are many men. This will again turn into a war of the sexes, a male versus female war, which has always been there from time immemorial, you would say. But many men are saying, wow, is it this easy to get some women to go with you to your hotel room? And some are saying, well, could it be because the person who was flirting with them was foreign, and then they felt more comfortable to flirt back with a foreigner, a Caucasian man, and then to go back to go to his hotel room? Could that be the reason why it was easy for him to pick up those women? Because if you even if you watch the snippets of some of the videos released, you would see and you'll be surprised, maybe even concerned about how easy it was for him to strike up conversations with these women, some in the mall, and how easily he said to them, "Oh, let us go to. Will you come to my hotel room?" And they went to his hotel room. Somebody wrote saying the behavior of the Russian tourist who visited Ghana is deeply disturbing. He reportedly approached and flirted with multiple women without their consent, recorded them, and then posted the videos on TikTok after leaving the country. The women targeted range from single to married, including mothers and hotel staffs, and were exposed online for ridicule. This kind of conduct is unacceptable. It violates dignity, privacy, and rights of these women and should be strongly condemned. And this is one perspective. The perspective that says, well, you were flirting with these women, you got them. Now, I'm looking at a video now, just a snippet of a video of his interaction with a mother obviously married and holding one child and two other children with her. And he flirted with her and eventually convinced her to go out with him and to visit his hotel room and to do all sort of funny things. And yes, some people are saying, look, you have violated the privacy of these women because you recorded them without their consent. You see this woman, when he just met her on the street and spoke with her, and then on, and then the woman eventually visited his room, and then in his room they are holding hands together and jumping together. So some are saying, look, this is unacceptable. You have violated the right of these women, the dignity and the privacy of these women. It should be strongly condemned. Of course, we strongly condemn it. As I said earlier on, whereas the culture permits for people to want to do the scandalous, the egregious, just to make a buck, just to make money on the internet, to set themselves apart. It should not be so among us. You want to have limits, you want to have lines. There are things, there are lines you don't cross, because the life of a man does not consist only in the abundance of the things he owns. But there is much to say about the women who would easily, agree to such a thing. Mothers, wives, listen to this.
Hello. You look good, very good. What's your name?
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You live here?
Yes.
I live here 2 days. Where are you going?
We're going back home.
Back home?
Yeah.
I would like to see you in the evening.
Maybe exchange contact.
What's up?
Yeah.
Okay, so you asked that if you were watching this number of video, he met this woman, obviously a mother, with her children, three sons. She was holding on to one of them, and then the man called her and said, "Hey, how are you? Do you live around there?" He said, "Yes." The man said, "Look, I've been here for 2 days." And he said, "Oh, that's fine." And the man immediately said, "Would you like to? I would like to see you in the evening." And she said, "Well, then let us exchange contact." And then the video then moved to the woman who had put on another kind of dress. Now she had put on not what we call a motherly dress, but something to make her look trendy. And then she met up with the man in a mall. And we did not know what happened afterwards because, of course, the videos that are free online, they are just teasers. We don't know what then happened between them online. But now we're talking about the mother, most likely married, if not married in any way, a mother of 3 children, who then, so easy. It was just that talk. How are you? Hey, do you stay around there? I'd like to see you in the evening. He said, yes. And I do not know what to make of this. If you have any view on this, please let us know. Another person wrote, said, this Russian man approaches random Ghanaian women, convinces them to go home with him, sleeps with them. So maybe this person has seen this video and then posts them online. Everything happens within an hour. So many people are really saying, what was happening here? Is it the case that the women he met were so easy were of easy virtues, as you would say. But now you're not talking about women who are prostitutes. You're talking about married women. You're talking about regular mothers just walking on the street. This man just approaching them, and he recorded everything. He recorded everything. He recorded everything, so much so that it is almost impossible for the women to deny it, because it is on tape. So again, just before we go to that, you can begin to think of what will be happening in many homes today. Right? You can begin to think of what will be happening in many homes today, in many relationships today. Maybe people whose wives have been cited on the videos, or whose girlfriends and brothers and sisters and daughters, or even mothers. Can you imagine some whose mothers would have been cited on the videos? Some people are having views, maybe talking down on women generally, but generally we are beginning to look at to ask ourselves what could be the point here. It is not the first time that people's egregious actions, shameful actions will be caught on videos, but it is again a reminder to us who are on the Lord's side that the things we do when people are watching and when we think nobody is watching, the things we do when we think nobody is watching is as important as the things we do when everyone is watching us. When everyone is watching us, I mean, many of these ladies would not have behaved this way if they knew that they were being secretly recorded. Obviously, many of them did that because they thought to themselves that, oh, nothing will come out of this, and nobody will know. I think one of the ways that Satan deceives us is to say to us, look, nobody will get to know, nobody knows about, nobody sees, so you can go ahead and do it. And that's one of the that's one of the most foolish things to believe ever. That's one of the maybe most clever lie of the devil. But it is important for people on the Lord's side to always recall that there is someone who is always watching. Anytime I come across people being busted on CCTV or being secretly recorded doing something wrong, we are reminded that there is someone who is always watching us. The heavenly CCTV has always been there from time immemorial. There's another video of this man flirting with an hotel staff, one of the hotel staff there, and making her laugh. Some people are also looking at it from a sociological point of view. Could it be poverty? Poverty in Africa, so much so that people who are really hard pressed for money, maybe ladies who are hard pressed for money, they see a foreigner. I mean, foreigners are often associated with having without having foreign exchange, foreign currencies, and foreign currencies are well respected in many parts of Africa, many parts of West Africa. So some people are saying that maybe that's the point. Maybe they see a foreigner and they say to themselves, well, maybe this man will part with maybe $100 or $50, and that could be it. But that can hardly be a defense, right? That can hardly be a defense, because if any of them, especially those who are women, who are mothers and wives among them, or those of them in relationships, anybody who is decent among them, if any of them should put up such a defense, well, the person will be affirming herself to be a prostitute. Well, that is the classic definition of prostituting one's body for money, doing things with your body and with your time, right, with the opposite sex that you would not ordinarily do if you were not paid for it. That's the classic definition of prostituting oneself, and that is as sad as it comes. That's as it comes. Many people are also giving some excuses and said, well, maybe they're just fascinated by a foreigner being around. That cannot possibly be the case. But even if that should be the case, that is no excuse, and I think we should be very clear about this in condemning this in condemning this in the stricter terms whatsoever. But in all the in all the social media takes that I've seen from people who have engaged with the videos, from people who have paid, I came across this as well. We have spoken about those women, the the hotel staff, about the mothers, about the wives who easily gave in to this man. Some people said that maybe the man has been using what we call juju in West Africa, that is some spiritual or diabolical power or diabolical charm, to get these women. Well, some people would want to hide under that to say maybe that's why maybe he was using some diabolical powers to get it. Because how can it be that you just approach women on the street and say few sweet words, and then immediately you ask them to come with you, and they went with you to your hotel rooms, and then visited you later in the day, and in some cases you had sexual relationship with them. Having said all that, there is the video of one of those ladies captioned thus, quote, "The only Ghanaian lady who rejected following the Russian guy to his apartment." So those who have looked at this video actually saw the one who refused to go with him to his apartment, and that I think will make the ultimate point for us from a Christian perspective.
Where are you from? Hello.
Oh, I'm from New York, but she's from
New
here.
York?
Yeah.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
You live here?
Yeah, I live here in Ghana.
I need Marina Mall. I want to find boat driver.
Boat. Okay.
But busy.
You want me to order for you? Try Uber too.
Let's go to Marina Mall.
You want to order to Marina Mall?
Yes. Okay, I would like to see you in the evening.
What?
In the
Is that your
evening.
wife?
In the evening.
That's your wife.
No, I'm alone.
You want to see me in the evening?
Yes.
Why?
I'd like to know you better. I like how you look. You look great.
Kumba.
Text my number. I have Russian
No.
number.
No.
Why? Are you married?
No, I'm not married, but no.
Not. Okay.
Let me check in and then.
One moment. Text me in WhatsApp.
I'm not married, but no. And I really love this video, really, and I think this is just the video to close our engagement on this story. The only Ghanaian lady in the collection of videos by that Russian guy who did not follow him to his apartment, who said no. So the other ladies, many of them wives, many of them mothers, maybe some of them single, but the other ladies who gave in to his advances, who went with him, who visited him in his hotel room, some of them who had sexual relations with him, they may defend their action by citing poverty, by citing need, by citing maybe just some fascination with the man, or maybe even alleging that they were charmed by some spiritual means, may try to excuse their behavior, but for using some reasons and citing some extraneous circumstances. But you know what? Here we have the video of this lady who said no. And the man asked, "Are you married?" She said, "No, I'm not married." But he said, you should listen to the case. "Are you married?" She said, "I'm not, but no. I'm not, but no. I'm not, but no." I do not know the reason why this lady said no, but that she said no is glorious. It's glorious. And I think all Africans, all women should be very proud of this lady. Should really thank her, at least for redeeming our dignity. The ability to say no is one of the most cherished Christian virtue. And in the fallen world that we live in, especially in a world where what reigns supreme is, well, a culture, a godless culture, the culture of death, Christians are called more than ever before to be able to say no. I really love this part of the video where this lady said no. I so love it.
To Marina Mall.
Yes. Okay, I would like to see you in the evening.
What?
In
Is
the
that your
evening.
wife?
In the evening.
That's your wife.
No, I'm alone.
You want to see me in the evening?
Yes.
Why?
I'd like to know you better. I like how you look.
Said, "Ha."
You look great.
Kumba.
Text my number. I have Russian
No.
number.
Said, "Take my number."
No.
Said no.
Why? Are you married?
No, I'm not married, but no.
I'm not married, but no.
Not. Okay.
Let me check it and then.
One moment. Text me in WhatsApp.
And then eventually the man gave her. So the point is that, are you married? So the lady said, no, I'm not married. I'm not married, but no. But no. But some would say perhaps she was wise enough. Maybe she was afraid for her own safety. I'm even concerned that many of those who went with this man were not concerned, for their own safety, for their own well-being. The man could just be a serial killer or some persons with bad intentions. Obviously has proven himself to be one with bad intentions, but the ability to say no is, as I said earlier on, is a cherished Christian virtue. Cherished Christian virtue. And more than ever before, we are called in this culture to be able to do what? To say no. To say no. Teaching us to say no to all forms of ungodliness. And this lady said no. Said no. Said no. Said, are you married? And she said, I'm not married, but no. But no. I find it difficult to say to think that many of those who went to his hotel room could not have said no as well. And I think that's the takeaway for us who are on the Lord's side, engaging with this story. We must learn not to excuse our sins. We must learn not to excuse our faults. We must learn not to excuse our errors. We must learn to take responsibility for them, because in every situation, each Christian has the ability to say no, has the option to say no. Has the option to say no. And what is more, God has given us the grace to be able to say no. Whenever we refuse to say no, it is our fault. Titus 2:11. For the grace of God has appeared that offers salvation to all people. It teaches us to say no to ungodliness and worldly passions, and to live self-controlled, upright, and godly lives in this present age. And I do pray that as you continue your pilgrimage, you will be in the generation of that lady, the only one among all those Ghanaian women who said, I'm not married, but no. I want to thank you for staying with us this morning on Gospel Best Radio for On the Lord's Side, Christian Perspectives on News and Current Events. I hope to be with you again tomorrow, on Monday, by the grace of God. Whatever you do this weekend, please remain firmly on the Lord's side. God bless you. God bless you, very good.
You are listening to GospelBellsRadio.com, the Christian internet radio with a mission to engage the culture with the mind of Christ. Keep listening and invite others, too. God bless you.
Engaging the culture with the mind of Christ.
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 Engaging the culture with the mind of Christ.